guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nayeli. If you guys are new to the channel, if you're not, welcome back. And I know I say this in every intro, but I'm so sorry. I have no excuse. I've been saying I was gonna put this video out for about, what is it, 3 months, 4 months, probably more. I actually recorded this video about twice, but when it comes to my videos, I have to have like a list in my notes app of all the parts, so I can't just ramble on, because I would just ramble and I would just talk. So I have it here. I have my laptop here. Also, it looks like I'm in prison. Don't worry about that. I'm not in prison. I'm not in my regular setup, but I'm not in prison, so that's all that matters. If I sound like I'm quiet, it's because I really don't want my neighbors to hear me, and I'm like really shy, so if they do, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. Anyways, welcome back. Today's video, we're finally gonna get an admin video of what it's like in this career field. I'm doing this video now because it's now or never. You guys will never get this video if I don't do it now. I have nothing to do right now, so let's just get it done. This lighting is horrible. The only thing saving me is my laptop. Like, look. You see? So my laptop is giving me some light and making me look not too dark, because this lighting is not the best here. Anyways, so let's get into this video. Okay, so first thing first, if you're going into the admin career field, you need to know that there is basically 2 things that this career field could be in. You can work in like a postal office, or you can work in a CSS. CSS is like commander support staff. So you basically assist the commander and you help the commander, and you do everything you can to make your commander and higher ups life easier. The easier you make their life, the easier they'll make your life. So I think it's a good job if you want to get in with the higher ups. People will diss on this career for so much, but at the end of the day, like, if you want to promote, if you have that relationship with commanders, any officers and stuff, those are the people you want on your side, if that makes sense. If you're here, if you know you're going to postal and you're here to listen for anything postal related for admin, I'm sorry, I can't really help. All I know is you guys work in the postal office, pick up mail, pretty easy. Heard you guys don't really do anything that much, but it's a good thing. It's usually for people going overseas on their first duty base, but I'm gonna really talk about the CSS. I work in a CSS, and I could give more details about the CSS in the post office. So if you're here for post office, I'm so sorry, I can't help you. Okay, so let's talk about the CSS. The CSS is basically, okay, so the CSS is basically a little office. I've never seen more than 4 people in one office, but it's about 4 people, and we're basically the middleman for every single thing. Like, I'll get into this later, but we're basically the middleman. So every squadron has their own CSS, because every squadron has their own commander, and it'll be easier for squadrons to have their own CSS, so they can have, so a CSS won't have too much responsibility for thousands of people. So I hope what I just said basically tells y'all what a CSS is, basically the middleman. But I want to get right into it and tell you what I do on a daily basis. Let's get right into that. So this is what a day in my life look like. I go into work. The hours are normally around 7:30 to 4:30. Not too bad. Sometimes 7 to 4. Really depends on your supervisor. So if you're expecting like 12 hours, I don't think you will ever work that much, especially if you're just coming in the Air Force. You also get mostly every holiday off. All the big holidays, you definitely get off, and you won't even have to take leave unless you want to take extra days, but you won't really have to take leave. I know in postal you don't really get the holidays off because that's when it's the busiest. So if you're working in CSS, that's just so much better. All right, sorry, sidetrack. Okay, so what we do in the job. So like I was saying, since we're the middleman, we basically assist the commander by helping everyone in their squadron, all their people. So for example, say someone wants to re-enlist, they'll come to you and they'll be like, hey, I want to re-enlist, or I want to extend my contract, and you'll be like, oh, no worries, I'll just start the process for you. The process is super simple. You just send them their contract and then send them a list of things to do, which is really super easy. You just send emails. Your job is really basically sending emails answering the phone and typing. I don't know how to explain it. You're a desk job. It's literally so simple. I'm like flustered because I want to give you guys as much detail as possible, but then again, I feel like that's irrelevant. I'm just gonna tell you guys. So okay, I do DDR, which is drug testing. You call people up, you get a list every morning of people who just random drug testing. You be like, hey, come in, we gotta drug test you. But you don't say drug test, you just say come in, and then you send them off their way to go get drug tested. That's one of your duties. It's literally a phone call in the morning. Super easy. Then you email the people with the update of like, oh, they're on leave, they don't come in till da-da-da, oh, they'll be there in 20 minutes type shit. Super easy. I also give people access to stuff if they need access to like emails, to a certain email, or if they need access to a certain program, I just write their name into the program and be like, da-da-da, here. You see what I'm saying? Like, we just assist people. We also do everything with in processing and out processing. So if they're coming onto our base or into our squadron, we'll do everything that's needed, which is not much. Just be like, hey, I'm new to base, and then be like, oh, you're new to base, give me your paperwork, orders, da-da-da. Put everything into the system. Type. You're into the system, you're in processed. And then they'll do everything else on their other stuff. You'll schedule them for, like, if they need to go to finance, you'll schedule them. If they need anything, you just schedule them. Whatever they need, you schedule them, and they'll usually tell you what you need, or you'll have what they need. It should never be something where you're confused about. Also, you do the same thing without processing. If they're leaving, you make sure you get them out our system. You do everything you have to do to get them out our system and into their other base. So if they're leaving to go to a different base, you basically just be like, yeah, everything on our end is done, push it to the next base, and the next base will deal with them, and you'll be done with that. You also deal with a lot of higher ups who need signature from the commander. So you'll be getting like a lot of emails saying like, hey, can you get this signed by the commander? And literally all you have to do is send it to the commander and be like, hey, this is needed for signature, please send it back when you're done. The commander will sign it, put it in your email, and then you email it back to the same person who send it back to you, and that's how you get stuff signed. I mean, I guess it all depends on the commander. If they want it done through email, however your commander wants stuff signed is how they would do it. It really all depends on your commander, but getting stuff signed is like a big part of my job. People just send stuff to me, and I get it signed, and I push it back out to you, and then you're good. We also do retirement certificates. So if someone's retiring, they'll fill out a form like, hey, I want this certificate, da da da, and you'll just make it. It's really all a template. You already have the template on your computer, so all you have to do is grab the professional paper, put it in the printer, and it'll print out. Okay, so I feel like I skipped like a very important portion. Like I said, I never see more than 4 people in the office, but say you do have 4 people in the office, you guys are all one team. You guys will get one email, not your personal email. You'll have one professional email which you guys will all share, and it's a great way to keep track of emails. It's called an organizational account. So if anyone has questions for you, they'll email that email, and everyone in the office will be like, can see the email, and they'll be like, oh, I'll work this today, you can work that today, oh, I'll work this. You guys will talk amongst each other so you guys can know who's handling what and what is being handled. Everything, like I said, is email. So the org box is something that is basically like the main premise of your job. It's used to help people, it's used to get people's signatures, it's used to just like literally just help people. Also, like I said, you're getting phone calls. I can't really tell you guys phone calls, because phone calls are really just like people just call for random stuff, but they'll call and they'll be like, hey, can I get access to this? Hey, can you get this signed? Hey, and I'm like, hey, just email it to me. And they'll email it to you. It can also feel like a lot when you're dealing with a lot of people, but if you are an organized person, which I am, so that's probably why I love this job and why I think it's so easy, it'll become super easy for you to do. I don't want to say it's paperwork, because it's really not paperwork. It is paperwork, but you're not writing the paperwork, you're just assisting with the paperwork. But I feel like this job is hard to explain because there's a lot of little steps, which is literally it. It's little steps, but it's super easy. It's nothing ever too hard. Nothing ever is gonna make you like your brain explode, unless you have too much on your plate and you don't know how to control that. Then maybe your brain might explode, but if not, you're good. There's a lot of other little things your job do, but it's not like, it's small things like getting people sponsors. If someone new is coming onto base, your job is to get them a sponsor. So someone, you guys can hear the wind outside, sorry. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, you're responsible of giving them a sponsor, so when they get on base they won't be completely lost and they can have someone to guide them around. But then again, like I said, you guys would never be doing this alone unless you work alone in the CSS, which is very possible I did for a couple of weeks. It's not too bad because I enjoy it and it's never too hard to feel like you can't do it alone, but it is overwhelming at times if you're doing it alone. So hopefully you don't work alone and you have people, which you should. Okay, so that's basically what I do at work. I want to get into the CDCs. If you guys do not know what CDCs are, I don't know what it stands for, but it's basically classes that you have to take in order to upgrade in your skill training. So it is like a 2-month course. Easiest thing ever. If you're admin, easiest CDC ever. You literally get all the answers, just like tech school. I made a video about tech school if you guys haven't seen it, and I mentioned that everything is open note. Same thing is for your CDC. It's basically school online. You'll get the answers, well, not the answers, you get a prompt, and then you'll get questions. You take a test. Cool. And you do that throughout the whole course until you just finish the course. And obviously you have deadlines and stuff, but it's super easy. And then at the end you take a 75 question quiz and you're done. I recently completed that and I got my certificate and I moved up a level. So okay, I want to get a little bit more into tech school because I do get a lot of questions regarding how is tech school for admin, and I did mention it before, but let me also mention here because it'll give you guys some insight. Tech school is literally class, like it's like your easiest high school class with all open note answers and a teacher just saying, the teacher is basically like this. Okay, here's a worksheet, complete this worksheet. The PowerPoint that I just presented to you has all the answers that you have on your worksheet. You'll answer the worksheet, you guys will go over the worksheet, you'll get all the answers, make sure you just correcting it, and then he'll be like, right after that he'll be like, okay, here's the test. It's basically the worksheet just like mixed up a little bit, but you'll have the worksheet, you'll have the guide, you'll have the PowerPoint, you'll have everything. So class is literally that. You don't have to study, you don't have to have homework, and your tech school is only about 40 days, so it's super simple. I know the way I'm making it sound like it's really easy because it really is, but I also don't want you guys to think this job is not important. It definitely is a desk job, so I feel like all desk jobs are important, even though you look at people and you're like, what are you doing behind that computer? But it's also a real task, if that's the word. You really are assisting. People say you guys don't do anything, but without us they won't be in the military because we're enlisting you. We are assisting you, we're answering your questions, we are getting stuff signed for you, we're getting you access to accounts so you can be able to do work. So if someone tells you, oh, you have like a niner job with people who work like on machines and stuff, they always come at us and be like, hey, you guys don't do anything. Okay, yeah, you guys might work on the airplane, but you guys are sweating in the winter and freezing in vice versa. Okay, I messed it up. You guys are freezing in the winter and sweating in the summer. Wow, in the summer we are under cool AC, still working, getting paid the same amount, same benefits and everything. And then in the winter we're under heat inside, still working, getting same benefits, same amount of pay, depending on rank, obviously. So that's basically all I can think about in our career field. So if you're admin, hope this video helped. Like I said, I'm sorry for whispering, I'm sorry for this. You can see my towel. I'm sorry for the background. I'm sorry for everything. I am okay. I'm sorry that this video got to you guys a little too late, but I hope this video really finds the right person. If you have any other questions, of course, leave it down below. I will answer. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also leave a comment down below. If you have any questions, also just leave it down below. And if you guys haven't already, check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.